Hello everyone, my name is Pacha, and in this video I want to give you an overview over all the new animals and scenery pieces from the upcoming Tropical Pack. There is also another video out on the channel today which will go over all the features from the upcoming update 1.13. Both of them, the update as well as the DLC, will release to you guys tomorrow on the 1st of April. And a big thank you and big shout out to Frontier for giving me early access to both of them so that I can make videos for you and give you an idea what you expect from both, from the update and the DLC, and maybe also give you an idea if you should buy them or not. As I said, in this video I will go over all the stuff of the DLC, so we will take a first look at the animals and see how they behave, how they look, and then we will go over all the scenery items as well as plants and other things that got added with this DLC. So without further ado, let's jump in. The first animal we should take a look at is of course the new exhibit animal, which in this case is I think also our biggest exhibit animal, namely the brown-throated sloth, or also a member of the three-toed sloths. And yeah, we now finally have sloths in this game. We can exactly have 6 of them in any exhibit, any walkthrough exhibit that we have. And yeah, they are looking really good. For our first big mammalian animal in an exhibit, they did a splendid job, and I think I speak to many when I say this was the best solution that they could give us for this sloth. As you can see, this is how the exhibit looks without any decoration, without any extras. You can see a couple of them hanging around here and there. You have these nice bars going over the visitor path, so sometimes the sloth will be over the animals and will be over the guests, not the animals, and climb over them. You also have these nice wooden poles here and there for them to climb. But you can also activate some more decoration where you have something like a browse holder, a food bowl, a water dish, some climbing posts which you can lay on. Also, which I think are really nice, are the basking lights, hanging chairs, and the sloth nest, which they will actually lay on. And also, maybe you saw it in the thumbnail, this was a picture of a sloth laying in front of this basking lights. So finally, we also don't have any ugly plants in this exhibit. It is very plain, so you can go a lot of crazy with the decoration here and decorate it as you want and as you wish. And yeah, really nice to have them. They don't move much, as they also don't move much in real life. You can see it here, it slowly moves over the path, but other than that, they mostly are stationary. And yeah, the brown-toed sloth, our first big exhibit animal, maybe something that will be expanded in the future. Can't wait for it. Really cool to have them. The first habitat animal we should take a look at is of course the Fossa. The biggest predator of Madagascar is finally making its debut in Planet Zoo, and I have to say I was a little bit scared they would just reuse the cat rig for them and just give us Fossa lookalike that is in fact a big cat or anything. But I have to say they did an amazing job. It looks very unique. You can see this amazingly long tail that they have, as well as this very cool, almost like ferret-like face. Very unique animal, very cool to have them. We also have some babies here which are just adorable. They really look cute. So Frontier went all in with this model to give us a unique animal, and I think they are a fitting expansion for any Madagascan collection, any Madagascan part of your zoo, maybe next to lemurs. They of course are the biggest predator of lemurs, so really cool to have them. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the Fossa, but I know the community was crying out loud for them for so long. So it's cool. It's really cool to have them now. Also the noises they make are really unique. I heard some very high-pitched noises. The climbing you saw, really cool. And yeah, the Fossa, very unique animal, very cool to have them now. We also need a lot of unique animals, not just the standard ones. So really nice to have. And yeah, let's move on. As you can see, we finally now have a diving lizard in Planet Zoo. The Asian water monitor might sound like just like a copy of the African Nile monitor that we got since the base game, but this animal luckily is very unique and it looks very much different from the African Nile monitor. I was also a little bit scared first when this animal was announced, because I just thought they would just copycat the African Nile monitor, but they went all in to give us a more unique model and a more unique behavior, because the African Nile monitor still can't deep dive. This animal can. I don't know why. Maybe it's my pre-release copy of the DLC that doesn't have the deep diving for Nile monitors included, but at least it has it for the Asian water monitor, which looks really cool. It's a really big boy. I think one of the biggest animals in this pack in terms of length, not in height, but in terms of length. And as you can see, they are very different from the Nile monitor. They have these huge sickle claws, this longer tail, and this very more thinner snout, which just looks very cool. Also some nice animations, I should say. And I said, the deep diving, very accounts for everything of that. And really cool to have. I would love more reptilians in the future. They are still one of the most lacking parts next to birds in this game. So more, big habitat animals, big habitat lizards, I should say. Please, yes. And if they look as cool as these ones, especially also with the colorations, with the scales, Frontier really does a great job with their reptiles. Of course, they also have Jurassic Evolution, so they know how to make them. And really cool to have, really nice. Go on, it's really cool. The Asian water monitor. Yes, we finally have it. We finally have the Red River Hog. After so many years of us begging and asking Frontier to add them, after so many attempts of the modding community to add them to the game, we finally got an official Red River Hog in this game, and also some babies here, and they look fantastic. They look just like they do in real life. I know some people said they are a bit on the chunky side. I can agree that maybe we go with the usual, zoo animals are usually a bit chunkier than the wild counterparts. But apart from that, these animals are amazing. They look amazing. They are, I think, the smallest member of the pig family. Also, the babies are just so cute. I love them. I think they are the smallest member of the pig family, and this is really cool to have such a small pig, which fits in a lot of spaces in your zoo. And of course they do everything and all other pigs do. I think we only have 2 pigs, but we need more pigs, Frontier. Do you hear me? They of course love the mud bath. They love their scavenging for food. And I mean, look at the model. Look at the ear movement, the individual ear movements that we also saw with the caracal in the last DLC. Really cool. These little hairs and tusks everywhere. And especially the very unique face shape with these broad sides. And of course the coloration, but you can't see because it's in the shadow. Let me change that. Exactly, this red-orange coloration that we get here with this animal with this white stripe down the middle. Really cool to have, really cool to see. Really amazing, and we finally get them, and they are a welcome addition to any African section in your zoo. The final animal we want to take a look at is, of course, the flagship animal of this pack, the Lar Gibbon. And after the Siamang, which is of course the biggest member of the gibbon family, we now got a smaller variant, or smaller member, the Lar Gibbon, which is the more common gibbon animal, the more common gibbon that you find in zoos. And they do this amazingly and very funny run when they climb. And they also share, of course, all the traits that the Siamang has in this game, meaning they can brachiate, as well as them doing the group calling. You can also see a few of them running down with the different colors. We, I think, got 3 different colors with this animal. We have this more cream colored, we have this more brownish orange one, as well, if I can find it. There it is. This black variant. So you get an array of colors for this animal for both genders. There is no dimorphism, as many people think that the cream colored ones are the males and the black ones are the females, or otherwise. No, both genders share these colors. And I don't know how I like this little human walk on the ground. I have no idea how close it is to the real animal. Maybe it is, yeah, how they walk on the ground, if they are ever come to the ground. But especially the climbing looks very cool, looks very funny. The noises that you maybe hear in the background are also very cool. But of course also, yeah, the brachiation stands out for it, and the updates to the brachiation that they now can brachiate on vines, on ropes, on these thin wood pieces, and of course on the brachiation bars. Really cool, really nice to have. The final animal, and I think nice addition to the whole roster to finally also get, yeah, a smaller primate. Still, I would have loved one from the New World, so from South America. We are still lacking a lot of animals from, a lot of primates from South America, as we only have, yeah, the capuchin monkey. So maybe in a future DLC we get one. But so far, it's nice to have them, as they are very common in zoos and cool to see. Yeah. At this point in the video, I would normally show you the new, yeah, habitat items, the new enrichment items that got added with the DLC. Sadly, there aren't any new enrichment items. I don't know why that is the case, or if Frontier just thought the items we already have are already enough. Maybe it also has to do with my pre-release version, I don't know. But for now, as it stands, there are no new enrichment items. But what is new is a new path that we got, which I think is one of my favorite paths we got since the release of the game. This nice, stony, overgrown, grassy path that we got here. You can also see how it looks with the curbs on, as well as with the railings, which are very much Indonesian, yeah, Southeast Asian themed with the stone columns. But I really like them. I saw these type of paths a lot in parking lots and other more, yeah, backstage maintenance areas. So really cool to get this path now, and that we don't have to make them ourselves. Really cool to have, and really nice to get that. Alongside the path, we get of course a new bench. This one, and we get a new picnic table, as well as a new bin item. All of them are, yeah, recolorable, so you can change a whole array of different colors for them, which is really cool. The bench looks very cozy, maybe for some indoor areas, very nice, or some lounge areas, and the bin very much themed as always. The picnic table itself can also be used in a lot of places, really cool. And if we then move over to the plants, another big, negative point is there are no new trees. Could be that I'm blind, or that I'm just getting old and I didn't find them, but I looked really hard, and 3 or 4 times, but there are new trees in this DLC, which I think is the first DLC ever that, apart from the Arctic pack, that didn't give us new trees to play around with. What we got are a whole range of new smaller plants, which look really awesome. We got these Attenborough's pitcher plants, which also come with their fruits, or fruit baskets, these carnivorous plants here, which are very, common plants in botanical gardens, which look very cool. We got 2 different sizes, as well as for the plant itself. Then we also got what we saw in the trailer, the Rafflesia plant in 2 different sizes, alongside the Tetradigma. If you don't know, Rafflesias, or the flower here, is only thing that is visible of the plant itself. They are a parasite that nests himself in the Tetrastigma vine plant. So this is only the part that you see. The other plant lives totally inside this plant here, and without the Tetrastigma, the Rafflesia would die out. So I think they're also critically endangered in their area. So really cool that we both got these plants, their symbiotic relationship to another. And then we got what I think is one of my favorite plants from the new DLC, the basket fern, which I saw in a lot of botanical gardens. We got 3 different sizes. They of course grow on trees and other structures. They grow, like this, and they form these nice baskets out of the dry leaves of the dead leaves around them. So really cool to also get some really nice, a range of small plants that we got this time for our botanical gardens. Of course, there are also a lot of other plants that we get for free with the update 1.13. So all in all, no new big plants, no new big trees, but a range of smaller plants, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's move on to the pieces. Okay, this can take maybe a little bit longer because there are around 200 new pieces that got added with the DLC. A lot of them, of course, themed around Southeast Asia, but many of them can also be used, of course, in all different kind of other ways and areas and themes. The first thing that we get are these nice 4 items, these clutter items of these package bags and these cardboard boxes, which at the moment are a little bit weird for me because they are missing the DLC tag. So if you search for the DLC in the filter option, they won't show up if you search for the DLC itself. I don't know if this will be fixed with the release of the DLC or if it will fix later, but at the moment they are a little bit more hard to find if you don't know what you're looking for. All of them, of course, are also again recolorable. For the boxes, I think we got these colors and we got these colors. The box itself cannot be recolored, but still cool to have really cool things for your backstage areas or for themed areas with a lot of clutter around. Really nice. And next thing we get are these bark panels in 3 different sizes, which can't be colored. Really cool, really nice for maybe some fences, or you could turn them around, make a circle out of them for some hollow logs. Really cool item. Would have loved to also get some different maybe bark variants, not just this one, which looks more tropical, but it can also be used for pine trees, I think. But for some other street variants, would be cool to also get some of these for more areas. And then we also got these Indonesian bamboo panels in 2 different sizes, which can also be, as you can see, they can be recolored in multiple ways. So you can make very tropical, very colorful bamboo panels. Really cool to get them. Also very nice for fences. They are also very thin, so that is also always a win for me. Then we move on to some door handles. We got 2 gold ones, which I think can be recolored. Yeah, they can be recolored. And then a wooden one, which also is the same as this one, just made out of wood. Really nice for some doors or other decorations. So really cool. Love the design. This I can already see being used for a multitude of different other things, as can these new drapery, cloth, tapestry things that we also get, which can also, of course, be recolored as most of the items in this pack. And we also get these little knots here that, if you turn them white, could also function as something like a thrown away paper towel or something like that. So really cool small items again in this pack, which is really nice. And let's move on to these drum here, and also to these airware pots. I know a lot of people, I know even he was looking out for these stick here in this pot, and I also was very hyped about it. But sadly, these sticks are tied to this pot. We don't get these sticks as a standalone pieces. They have this little smoke effect going on there. These sensory sticks, or what they're called. Sadly, we don't get them as standalone pieces, but I think we can still make use of that. All of these, of course, also recolorable. Moving on, we have a lot of gold. We, of course, have this little fence panel here, which is really nice. And then we have a whole range of these roof decorations, roof ornaments, which are golden and can't be recolored. But don't be worried, there is another set just like that, the same set again, but recolorable. Frontier again giving us the same set twice, one recolorable, one not, which is a little bit sad. They just could have given us this one and make it recolorable, but it's nice to have. It's very shiny. I don't know where I would use it, also apart from in a very themed area, but it's cool for people that like to build with these things. I know there are some people that enjoy their golden pieces in Planet Zoo, so really cool. Then we move on to the new lamp that we got, which is separated into yeah, 3 pieces this time. We got the lamp itself, which of course also can be recolorable. It's recolorable. Then we got this, yeah, this wall holder for the lamp, which can also be attached to this lantern pole. Really cool, nice, like the design, like the design of, especially of the lamp. Looks very cool, looks very themed. Yeah, peninsular, Southeast Asian, tropical themed here, as well as is the lattice panel, which can also, of course, serve as a nice fence or anything or any decoration for your walls. Really nice, also recolorable, really cool, and yeah, nice array of things you can do with that. Then we get to, yeah, my second favorite part of the new scenery, which are the new temple stones with this awesome moss growing on them. We got a huge array of them. We got some small piece decoration beds. We got some stone columns, some stone steps here, some very thin ones here, and they can of course be recolored. We can change also the color of the moss. We can change the color of the stone a little bit, like that. We can, yeah, make some very crazy things with that, and they work really well in even our South American, our tropical areas in general, not just in our Southeast Asian ones. So really cool to have them, really looking really amazing, and some nice pieces in here. Some, of course, again, some giant pieces again, but also some smaller ones. So it's a nice mix between them. Then we get to the new roofs. This is actually split in 2 parts, other one you will see later, but this is the new pagoda roof section. Finally, with, yeah, a more darker thatch variant. We of course got the standard yellow one thatch in, I think, the base game. Then we got a different one, I think it was the Africa pack or something, which was also very light color. Now we finally get this more darker coloration for more aged thatch, which can also be used, of course, in European builds that build their houses with that. We also have a little of wood here, and yeah, of course, they are very much, these parts are very much stylized after the pagodas that you find in Southeast Asia, in Japan, and in Japan. So really cool to have them, really nice. Then, of course, as I said, we get the same, yeah, roof section that we got earlier, and again, just this time it's recolorable, so not much to say about that. The same pieces, just with colors this time. And then we got this, yeah, roof topper, which I think can be used in different ways. Of course, it can be used as a roof topper, but I think if you sink it down or do other things with it, it can be also used for different things. Really cool, not recolorable. Then we get a new wood set. Of this is again recolorable. We get a wood color and we got a paint color for these. Really nice. We get a whole array of different beams here, different sizes for beams, very thin ones, very thick ones, middle, in between. We get some round ones, thick and thin. We get some, yeah, normal panels for that, and some, yeah, fence post for this fence. Then we get to my, I think, my favorite pieces of this whole pack, the new wall set, which is the temple brick wall set, or just a new brick set, which can be recolored, luckily. So we get a brick color here, and as you can already see, we got a grunge color. So if I would do that and go that, we already have something that looks a little bit mossy, a little overgrown. There is no color for the mortar this time because there is no mortar, but I have to say these small bricks look phenomenal. Also, I don't know why, but I love this piece. I don't know why yet. It's something in me says yes, I wanted this piece, and really nice. We also get some smaller columns here. We got some thick columns. Really cool to have that. Really nice. Of course, we get the whole set also as grid items, so that you can, yeah, build on a grid. The same for them, also recolorable. We get all, I just placed some of them down, not all of them, but it's the same for all, yeah, grid sets that we get. We get all different. We get the round ones, we get the straight ones, the, what are they called? The archways and everything. So really cool favorite piece set of this DLC. Then we get to, yeah, more thatched roofs. This time we get the same thing that we got with the Twilight pack, where we get individual roof pieces here, which is very nice. We also finally get some corner pieces for these roof sets, which we didn't got in the Twilight pack. So we can make corners more easily, which is really nice. I hope they also add that for the roof set we got with the Twilight pack. Then we get these huge humongous roof gables here, which only really work in a Southeast Asian setting, in a temple setting, or for the houses there. They are very ginormous. We don't get any grid items for these roofs this time, so we only get grid-less items for them, which is really nice. So can be a little bit harder for people who are not used to build without the grid, but still cool. And then we got this roof wedge, it's called. I don't know, it's a huge column for this roof, but it's still cool to have. Sadly not recolorable, as I said, the whole set. Oh, this one is, no, it's only the wood color. The whole set is not recolorable, but at least we get a dark thatched roof one this time. Then we get, I think, one of the biggest pieces in this game, which is the Tongonan roof end. Tongonan buildings are very recognizable building technique. I think on an island in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, they have these huge roof pieces and very tiny house underneath. And this is, I think, the biggest piece that we get in this game to this date. I don't know why they gave us not individual pieces. We also get a midsection. And yeah, really cool. If you look them up online, Tongonan, you can easily see that Frontier did a spot-on job with these. The wood, of course, can be recolored, but not the roof or the main roof itself. But I think that's totally fine. Then we also get a new umbrella without a pole this time. So we just get this umbrella, I don't know, top or what do you want to call it. You can easily, just use some of the cable pieces or something like that to make a pole for that, but it's really cool. It's looking nice. Reminds me a little bit of some umbrellas I saw in some gardens here where I live. Really cool to have. And then we get this new trellis, or what I call the ladder, which can also be easily used as a new fence, as a new barrier for your exhibits. But really cool to have. The stripes, I think, can be recolored. The wood itself can also be recolored. Really cool. Nice to have. Then we get a new statue. We get a new statue from the new campaign mission. This one is, of course, a Fossa statue. Really nice, really cool. If you like these statues, they always look very amazing, very much detailed. So cool to have. And then we, of course, get a huge array of, info signs or signs itself of the new animals. We get 2 for the monitor lizard. I don't know why Frontier is always giving us 2 for the reptilians. We get 1 for the sloth, 1 for the fossa, 3 for the Lar Gibbon in all its different colors, and 1 for the red River Hog. And I'm happy that Frontier is finally sticking to one design for these signs. They already did that in the last DLCs before we had a new design for these signs with every DLC, which was a little bit difficult to work with if you want to build in a coherent zoo. Finally, they stick to one design which is more realistic than anything, which I really like. They are quite big, but I think we can work with that. And then we finally get a new statue set, a new statue set. Basically, we have that is also deconstructed, so you can build your own statue with it. We get the heads of all the 4 habitat animals, so the monitor lizard, the fossa, the monkey, and the red river hog. Then we got, of course, a base statue that you can easily build together to form like these very Indonesian temple-themed statues with multiple of different heads. We get some things to build your own dragon or snake with these scaly parts, these body parts. You get a tail piece and some arms and legs for them for both directions. You also get this little head piece, I think it's supposed to be. And we can also recolor them as we like, so we can make some very colorful head. We can make some colorful statues. So, this is everything you need to know about the new DLC, its animals and its pieces If you have more questions about certain things, let me know in the comments, also about the update itself. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some nice insights into the DLC, and maybe you consider now buying it if you have seen everything. I can highly recommend it. I can say this is a great DLC, if not for the animals, then for the pieces itself. And yeah, there will be another video out tomorrow with a special build celebrating the release of the DLC, so look forward to that. And until then, I wish you a great time, stay safe, and I see you in the next video. So until then, bye bye everyone.